I played like the classic in the UK, like football, rugby, cricket, and then started running at maybe 11, 12, and was like all in on that. And then I had this really bad injury, this chest problem. Okay. So I was like, from 14 to 18, I couldn't run at all. I had to have surgery twice on my chest.
What was the problem?
It was super rare. It's called median arcuate ligament syndrome.
Okay.
No one's heard of it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have a clue what it was before. Yeah. And it's where your artery, like the hepatic artery coming off your heart, is constricted by muscle. So it basically gets blocked off. And like over time, it gets more and more constricted. Yeah. So if you keep doing sport, like the blood's pumping through, eventually you could just have a heart attack, like if it completely closes. So I was given the option where I could either just stop playing high-level sport and just live a normal life, and it would be fine. Or they were like, if you want to keep, at that time I was like all in on running, like you want to go for this, you've got to have surgery, we've got to cut away all this muscle, clear it up. So then I ended up having it twice because it didn't work the first time. So that whole thing was a nightmare.
When did you do the surgery? Was it 14 or 18?
I was probably, it started happening at 14, took about a year and a half to diagnose because it's such a rare condition. Yeah. I was like the youngest to ever have the surgery from this surgeon like in London. Most of the people are like 70, 80-year-old, like with these busted out. Whereas I'm like this young kid, and then it was probably 15, and then it came back, and they had another surgery at maybe 17.
Dude.
And then the recovery, you can imagine, you've been basically split open.
It's like open heart surgery almost.
They're like shifting your organs, all of that.
Crazy.
And it was during that time where I couldn't run, but I could do MMA. I guess because it's more technique based, you can, without getting your heart like seriously pumping like you do running, I could do the jiu-jitsu, like the technique, the wrestling, like the boxing, all of that. Yeah. And then sort of properly got into there and was doing a bit of both, like running and MMA for probably 8 years, kind of without properly going, like, I feel like I didn't commit to one or the other, tried to do both. Yeah. And it was only, when I was 25, I finally decided to quit MMA, see what I could do with running.
But I reckon that time between 14 and 18 is like super pivotal years for a young kid. Yeah. Where I'm sure you got like a heap of energy.
Yeah, all I want to do is run. And it's like, I can't run.
So
MMA.
How do you reckon that's almost like shaped you? Or what are you reckon the little things that you took away from that piece where it's like, mate, we either do the surgery or we don't do the surgery? Like, I'm sure it was a choice. What do you reckon you took away from it?
It was a choice, but in my head, there was no question about it. It was like, the surgeon explained, okay, this is what's the situation. Yeah. I was like, immediate, right, well, I know what I'm doing. Cut me open now, let's go. Let's get this going. Yeah, but I think in terms of sort of resilience in a way, after that, so like, effectively it's a 4-year injury, 4 years I can't really run. Nowadays, any little niggle and stuff, ache or pain, like, I could miss a month, 3 months. That's nothing. Like that's light work. Whereas I guess a lot of other people, if you suddenly have your first injury, like a few weeks off, that could be a really hard thing to get over. Whereas no kind of pain, no injury will come close to that surgery.
Man, I even look at like everyone that I look up to, like whether they're much older, no one who I'm really impressed with had just had like a really smooth sailing life. They've all had like some sort of hardship or struggle or something that they've overcome, which has given them like this really incredible like knowledge or like insight. And so you look at what you're saying around like, okay, I had 4 years out. Missing a week or a month, like that's nothing. That's easy. So it's so interesting, dude.
Yeah, it's true. I'm the same actually. All my, like I'd say my biggest role models, a lot of them are in MMA. Yeah. So like one of these guys, Michael Bisping. Yeah. He's like a British MMA fighter. Back in the day, he got his eye kicked out. So by
the whole ball.
Literally, so like eye split, and then he ended up fighting with a glass eye, like a fake eye. And because he wouldn't have been allowed to fight, so he had to con the UFC, like the medical staff, for like 5 years, like with this fake glass eye, and ended up winning the world title, like with basically half blind, which like you can imagine, you're trying to duck and weave, punching it, like
we have 50% vision.
Literally,
crazy, man.
And that's like, I think it's the same. You root for the people, I guess, that have the sort of up and down, story.
Well, that's what I think. Hearing your story about how you've come into it and even just like watching a lot more of your stuff, you're very relatable. It's just like while you are doing like insane amount of kilometers per week, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But what I love about you, and exactly what we've been talking off air about, was around like, you're like, I'm not talented by any means, but I just try and work harder than everyone. So when I heard that, I'm like, oh, dude, I love that. It's so relatable for all of us, yeah?
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, the motto, train harder, not smarter.
Yeah.
It's basically from that. It's like little tongue-in-cheek, but it's pretty much just, I think you can outperform people that are probably genetically way more suited to it. Like, I don't think I'm built to be a runner.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm built more like a rugby player, MMA. Like,
yeah.
If I was to stop running, yeah, I'd be easily 90 kg, like no problem.
Crazy.
It's almost a lot of people, for any other sport, I think people be jealous that I can hit the gym. I remember like when I was 20, maybe 18, getting into the MMA, I was like, right, I'm going to do a few weights and stuff. And I've put on like 10 kg of muscle within a month or something. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like pure, but then for running, it's just the complete opposite of what you want.
Sure.
Whereas, yeah, I've had to like kill myself to try and lose the muscle, get leaner. Yeah.
Well, man, I'm keen to talk because I likewise am a lot.
You got a powerful unit.
I'm a bigger build. I ran Tokyo Marathon yesterday at 100 kegs.
That's big.
I'm keen to talk about that, but I'm also keen to talk about the decision you made at 25 when you made the decision from going to MMA to running, and what that looked like, and how much before you came to Japan. Like what did that period look like for you?
So it's basically, I was over in the States. I was on a sports scholarship.
Yeah.
So I'd kind of, I'd say like throughout my uni time. So it was like I started being able to run again. Like finally my chest was good. But at the same time, like I was loving MMA.
Yeah.
And sort of like at uni, I was sort of doing both almost socially. Like I was there for like just have a fun time at uni. Like all my mates are like runners and stuff. And then I'm heading off to the MMA gym. But it's not like I'm taking it seriously in a way either.
Yeah.
And then I'll get out to the States. I managed to scrape like a sports scholarship. For me, it was like, I treat it as a holiday. I'm on a 2-year funded scholarship. Like I don't have to get a job. I can do my running. Don't have to take it too serious. Like I wasn't at a top level college or anything. And then I think just coming to the end of that, so I was like maybe 24 or something. Like I'm just finishing up my masters there in America, and realizing like, oh, I'm gonna have to get a job soon. Like, this.
What was your masters in?
I was business.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
and like sports marketing specifically.
Yeah.
So like, I love that. It's so fun. But I was kind of thinking, I always thought like I could never see myself like 9 to 5 office job. Like that's always been worst nightmare. I couldn't do it. I've got too much energy, like too much movement. And so I thought, okay, if I want to try and do MMA or running, I've got to actually go all in, and I can't try and multitask both because they just like, you can imagine trying to run with dead legs after getting kicked apart. It's not the easiest. So I thought, okay, I love this MMA, but what I love the most is the sparring, like the fighting. I just love that feeling. Whereas the actual training, 95% of it is just technique, drills. It's like, it's the monotonous stuff which felt more like a chore. Whereas I realised going out for a run never feels like effort. It's never like, I'm dreading getting out for a run. So I thought, okay, even though I think I'm more talented at MMA, I could probably go further in that. If you want to pursue a career in something, I want to absolutely love doing it. Like if it feels like it's an effort to go down to the gym, train, I'm never realistically going to be able to do it long term. So that's why I sort of decided, okay, running's the one.
Well, it ties into the consistency, right? Like all the guys and girls who have been killing it for 10, 20, 30, 40 plus year in their sport, where they're the GOAT. You're LeBron James, you know, you're the crew who are killing it. They've been consistent over such a long period of time. And I heard someone say that if you really love what you do, you're way more likely to go further because you'll deal with all the struggles and challenges because it just seems like play. It's just, you're just having fun. So when you say running was never an issue, I just do it. I'm like, that's cool, dude. That's
makes sense. Yeah, exactly. It's like if you enjoy it, you're going to put the effort in and therefore go further. So it's like, I can get out for my 250k weeks or whatever, and it's fun. Like it doesn't feel like a job at all.
So when you made the decision, because you said you were weighing in at 86?
I think at my highest, 80 something at least. Yeah, I think I probably cut 15 to 20 kg maybe.
How did you do that? Because I'm taking it for tips for myself. Because I need to lighten up a little bit.
It wasn't easy.
How'd you do it? Because losing muscle is so much harder than losing fat.
So hard, and also gaining muscles fine, but then losing it's what I did was, so I got injured. I had, just when I decided to go in on running, I had this hip problem. So actually, I had to have another surgery then.
Mate.
Just a light 8 months though. So that was fine.
That was easy.
Yeah. That was no problem. But during that, I basically got on the bike every day and I smacked like 4 hours of biking.
Every day?
Every day.
Really?
Like so boring. I hated every second of it, but I knew it would keep me fit. And also, because it's not weight bearing, trouble is if you're trying to cut weight while running, that's when you're at danger of like injuries and stuff.
That was my exact conversation that I had with my nutritionist, because she's like, okay, well, we're going into like, so you're doing 7 majors this year. You don't want to be cutting weight in a block. Like if you wanted to, we wanted to be doing it last year, which we tried to do. Life just got in the way. But then, or in the middle of the year where we've got like a 4 or 5 month block. But you said it's just like cycling is a good way to do it, right?
Yeah, because cycling, I think it's way safer because there's no impact. Like, I think when people get injured, if they're under fueling, it's when you get like the stress fractures, the bone injuries.
Sure.
Whereas cycling, I found I could reduce my calories and stuff, because that is at the end of the day the only way to cut weight. You've got to be eating in a deficit. So I just like, I'd cut the amount of carbs and stuff, and I knew I'd never do that if I was running, because it's just a recipe for disaster. That's exactly like you said, like you get injured with that. But I'd say, probably now it's too late. I'd say just wait till you're maybe in a gap, because you've got, what would it be between?
So we've got Boston, Berlin, which is like end of April, and then Sydney's not till
You've got a pretty big,
August.
nice, 3-4 months then?
Yeah, for sure.
That could be the time where if you're going to experiment with it, I'd give it a go. But it's still a risky one. Like,
I know, dude. I know. I think I've accepted my fate, man. I think I'm just gonna go in with where I'm at and
power through
and just go hard with like lower body weights as well.
Yeah.
And just feel strong going into it.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I'd rather be a bit heavier and strong, feeling good. Whereas, if you're under fueled, like you never. Like you get injured for one, and then actually you won't be able to get the best out of yourself.
What did you feel when you dropped all the weight? Did like running wise, did you feel lighter? Did you automatically feel faster? Like what was the feeling?
Oh, it was crazy. It was like, so I'd had 8 months off, because I hadn't run a step, and I think I came back, and within like a month, I was running as quick, if not quicker, than 8 months before.
What?
Which is mad, just because effectively it's like, the way I think about it is, I'm running with a 20 kg backpack, which is like, it's insane. Fair play. You're like getting around 100 kgs, monster effort. I can imagine.
Well, I'm taking a lot away from crew, because even a lot of mates back home, Andy Buchanan, who actually did the intro for us, he got the Australian record a couple of years ago in Valencia, and he was talking about his training load and everything like that, and how he went from being a teacher to being like now a professional runner, which is actually so cool to see. So hearing like these stories and people's running journeys, how so many people started really young, but then similar to yourself and Andy, like started their career actually a little bit later in life. But they're like, nah, our like training load, or the force of our training load, didn't actually really kick in till like now that we're mid to late 20s. So we can actually go further, because everyone says that, and tell me if I'm wrong. I'm just keen to get your thoughts on it. But like everyone said, their peak is so young. Like I know the Japanese, like they're going for it when they're like teenagers. Yeah, right?
They're retiring at 25. That's like
crazy, dude.
Peaking at 20, and then you're done.
Do you reckon it's because they're starting so early?
Yeah, 100%. It's just like what you said. I think there's probably a window where it's like you got your peak performance.
Yeah.
So it's like if you start training like a pro from 10, like they do here. You're going to be peaked by 20, and then a lot of them, like almost 30s, like unheard of. It's like you're past it by that point.
Gotcha.
Whereas, I think in the West, it's like, you're only just getting started, especially for the marathon. 35, 40, you see people running crazy times.
Even in the ultra marathon space, like they're all older guys. Like they're all like 40s, 50s.
It's like just a lifetime of conditioning. Like the more miles you build up, then you're going to be stronger. So I think it's better to get into it later.
For sure. Mate, tell me about the move to Japan. What sparked that interest?
Yeah, that was... Actually, I was listening to a podcast, or it was an audio book when I was out in America. Just like randomly about... I think I was just looking for something about marathon training. It was one about Japan. And then I heard about the running scene here, and it's crazy. It's like a lot of people don't realise. Like, I didn't have a clue before hearing this audio book that like the Japanese are smashing like Westerners, like the Americans, Europeans, Aussies. Like destroying us over the marathon, half marathon. And that was where I wanted to go. I was like, yeah, I see myself as a marathon runner. I've got no speed. I was like, yeah, I want to go long distance.
So you've made the decision to go all in on running, and you thought this is going to be the way I can make it work.
Exactly. And I was like, okay, marathon's going to be my thing. The Japanese are like absolute weapons at this.
Yeah.
There was so little info at the time about how they trained. Like everything's in Japanese, like the biggest language barrier.
Yeah.
So then I'm thinking, okay, I've got to go straight to the source. Like you can read about it online, but it's pretty limited. I was like, no, I want to firsthand see what they're doing. Decided, right, I had a brief job actually as a teacher in the UK. I was like, nah, quit that, head out to Japan, see what's popping here.
Did you know what you were going to do for like work-wise, like income? Like what does that look like?
So my sort of thinking was, I'm going to come out here, whatever it takes. So I got on, I don't know if you heard of the JET program. It's like a lot of people come to Japan for it. Yeah. It's like Japanese English teaching, basically.
Oh, yeah.
So like there's these English teachers stationed all around Japan.
Yeah.
Every city has one. Effectively, it's like a native trying to teach the Japanese English.
Yeah.
Which probably hasn't been working too well. You've probably seen the English level's not the highest.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my kind of backup option. So I actually got into that. But then at the same time, there was this scholarship program I heard about, and it was it was quality. It was like a year and a half fully funded scholarship, and you do a year at a Japanese language school, and then a 6-month work placement. And it's like they kind of fund the whole thing. They help you, sort you out, all of this. And I applied for that. Just like I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to get it, but I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
And somehow, got into this program. So then I was like, okay, can give the teaching a rest.
Yeah.
Go on this program, effectively use it as my way to get out here and sort of weigh into the culture and then go from there while I pursue the running.
What was the hardest part when you first came over here? From two parts. One from a training load point of view, and then the other one from like almost like a mental point of view. Because I imagine you probably come over here by yourself. Like, is it lonely to get isolated training by? Like what did that look like? Both sides of the coin.
I mean, it was so different. I came out, so on the scholarship program, there was like 6 of us maybe from the UK.
Sure.
So I was kind of with those guys in like classes and stuff. There was some other foreigners because I'm obviously learning Japanese with other foreigners. But for me, actually, as soon as I arrived here, I was like, I need to get stuck into the local running scene.
Yeah.
So I just hit up as many people as I could, sort of through connections and like using like Google Translate. Because I couldn't speak a word of Japanese at the time. And I ended up, there was this one team that trained like around the local park, like quality runners, way better than me at the time. And luckily, like I hit them up with this message. I was like, I've just moved here, looking for training partners. And they were like, yeah, get involved. Yeah. If you can keep up with us, you can join in. It was pretty much that. So
right on die.
Yeah. I was like, okay, let's go. And ended up, jumping in with them. And so they kind of also became like mates and stuff. I'd say now, all my mates in Japan basically runners. Pretty much. It's like I've got fully stuck in there.
Yeah.
And the training, oh mate, it was crazy. It's more mental training than physical.
What do you mean?
For example, like a long run, like a 40k long run, right? They'll do, classic 40k long run, but instead of, I don't know, hitting some nice river route, big park, we did it around a 1k loop, just a local park, like dead flat. And also it's almost like militant. It's like in formation, like in a line, dead silent. So you're going, 2.5 hours around this park, just 40 laps, like crazy. And I remember at the start being like, there's no way I can do this. Like more just, I'm like physically, but this is like mental torture. But then half an hour in, you sort of just get into it. I don't know how to even describe it.
It's like a flow. Young people talk about flow stage. It's like a bit of flow.
Yeah. You kind of just like switch off and it's just, you're just in the rhythm, knocking it out. It's crazy training. And then comes to a marathon, it's like, that's easy in comparison. It's like, this is happy days. I've got a crowd here. Yeah. I'm in a group. Like, I'm running some interesting route. Like compared to just 40 laps around this park, it's easy, no problem.
Because when you talk about like the training load that the Japanese are like, it's so much more like the amount of like distance and kilometers that you're running is like so much more than anyone else, right? Like, and even you said you like some of your highest weeks have been like 280 kilometer weeks, right?
Yeah.
How do you go navigating like all these little injuries that pop up? Like I know you said like, you know, week here, 2 weeks there is fine based on your history, but then I'm sure there would be like incredibly hard to navigate all the little niggles. Like, do they pop up?
Yeah. The weirdest thing though is that ever since going all in on the mileage, so pretty much tripling my mileage, I went from, I don't know, 80k a week to like 280.
Yeah.
I've not had a single injury. Like,
dude, it's hell,
crazy.
Man? That's
I'll
wild.
tell you, if you can somehow get through it, the hardest stage, you know, I said I had this 8 months off.
Yeah.
So I was starting from scratch, from zero, like 0 miles a week, 0k a week. And I just picked up every week 10 extra K. So I was just 10, 20, 30, 40.
Yeah.
And I don't know, a few months later, I'm up to like 220.
Man.
And the whole time building up, I'm in pain. Like, and I want to say, I wouldn't recommend this. This is purely like, this is just, for some reason, it worked with me. And I think a lot of it's probably my legs from the MMA are just rock solid.
Because I was going to say, what do you think is the difference between you and everyone else? Do you think that plays a part in it?
I think it's a massive part. Because when I was younger, before the MMA, I had constant injuries and I was running nowhere near the volume. I think because effectively every time you kick someone, you're having these little micro fractures in your shin.
Yeah.
So then you do that over years and years and years. All the tendons, the bones, the little like pieces in your leg that I guess a lot of runners have trouble with.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like mine are just so conditioned.
Whoa,
dude. So it's a weird form of cross training, but almost I'm so glad I had that time doing MMA.
Is there anything else for us that haven't done MMA? I've done a little bit of jiu-jitsu, which was awesome, but it's obviously not MMA. For us that want to build our capacity and build our training load in a healthy, sustainable way without traveling all the way to Japan. Any tips? Any ideas for me or for us?
I say the massive, like, so obvious. I say the big two. I say this before in my videos that, and it's the one that a lot of people overlook, is just sleep and fueling.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so obvious, but I've made such an effort ever since moving here. I don't think I've got less than 7 hours sleep a night at all. For last 2.5 years, it's like, I won't let anything get in the way of that.
Yeah.
And it was like, thinking back to uni, like we'd go on a night out, get in at 5 a.m, be up going for a run at 7.
Yeah.
And it's like, surprise, surprise, you're injured and ill the whole time.
Yeah.
So then you do have to, people might say, it's a boring lifestyle, but I mean, I love it now, but I've literally had to just take it so serious with like, fueling around training, like I'm making sure I'm constantly eating, getting enough fuel in, getting to bed on time. It's like the boring stuff, but that's going to get you most of the way. And then it's obviously the little S&C, gym work, strength and conditioning, gradually building it up, not just trying to, smack out the massive mileage.
Because you know how like in the Western world, we're always looking for like the 1%ers, like the new little hack, the new little trick, the new supplement or the new like little machine or whatever it is. But then I was like, I wonder how much that would help us get better versus just like the OG of just like sleeping and nutrition. Like I wonder what the difference is because, you know, likewise, dude, when I was playing footy, like, we would play footy and then we'd go and get on the piss that night, which is probably the worst thing to do after being bashed for 80 minutes of in a game. But I was like, I wonder what that would look like if you didn't get on the piss and you just slept really well and you like, obviously our nutrition was probably pretty good.
Yeah.
I wonder how that would change.
Yeah, cause it's the hard. It's like you want to have fun, obviously, and especially those team sports. I feel like it's such a part of the same. Like when I was at uni, it was the team I was on.
Yeah.
It was like your weekly sports night on Wednesdays. Like you had your Saturday night out post race, all of that. But then I think for my like I'm so glad almost I had that time because I think if I'd have trained a bit like the Japanese guys, like been so focused, effectively they train like pro runners from the age of like 12. They're doing double or triple days like running.
Crazy.
And it's like they've never been to a club. They've like some of them have never drank. Like it's so focused that then I can see how you'd burn out. Whereas like, I'm glad I've got it out my system. It's like now I'm ready, marathon monk mode. It's like,
ready to go.
That's good, yeah.
Mate, talk to me about the fueling aspect of it all because you're doing incredible kilometers, right? Like, and I imagine you would have to eat so much. Yeah. What does that look like? Because I want to get to the point of like what your training week looks like, but then also probably to begin with, like how does your fueling, like what does that look like?
Oh, that's sort of the best part.
Yeah.
I love eating. So for me, I'm probably eating 5,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
Like I don't track it. I don't monitor anything. I don't track my weight, but I just eat instinctively.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, since going from 0K a week, like before this injury, all the way up to now, 280.
Yeah.
I've not gained or lost a kg of weight.
Really?
So I'm identical purely because I'm effectively fueling to train. It's like you've got to get enough energy in, and I almost do. I'd say I've got my 3 big meals, like obviously your breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah.
But then I'm smacking the snacks constantly. Like just before this, I was like on the way over, I'm like scranning like a sandwich and stuff. Little egg tart thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's almost part of the training that as soon as training's finished, I'm getting something in.
Yeah.
Big meal, like before long runs, I'm getting the fueling in. It's the best bit. Like it's great.
Because I imagine a lot of people would make the mistake of underfueling, right? Especially if they want to cut weight. Like I know we've spoken to a lot of female athletes, and they're very conscious of the fact of not underfueling because they might have been in like some tricky situations, body image stuff growing up. So they're very conscious of that. We've had some really cool episodes around that. But then I wonder how it would look overfueling. Because for most of us, we're not doing 280 kilometer weeks. But I wonder for us guys that are doing around like 70, 80, 90 kilometer weeks, I wonder if overfueling would play a part in it at all.
Yeah, it's sort of, you don't hear people, I guess, talking too much I guess because when you are running that much, it's almost hard to get enough calories in a way. Because I find if I was to eat purely clean food, to eat like those bodybuilders, like rice, chicken, all of that, it would almost be impossible to get 5,000 calories a day in around the training, to allow time to digest and all of that. So almost, I try and have to force myself to, I love sweet stuff. It's not really a chore, but I'll get some unhealthy food as well.
Gotcha.
Just because you've got to somehow get the calories in.
Yeah.
So I think it's much more, I don't think people should worry about overfueling. It's like, if you effectively eat when you're hungry, eat off the training, you'll naturally probably find a good place for your body.
Cool, man. Cool, mate. Tell me what a training week typically looks like from like a Monday through to Sunday here in Japan now that you're in the thick of it and you've got your, I guess, like training week. What does that look like from a running, but then also like weights? Is that incorporated? Like, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's quite busy, I'd say. So it's probably in like my peak marathon training.
Yeah.
It's about 20 hours of running a week.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, maybe 10 hours of extra stuff. It's probably something that I don't show enough in my YouTube videos, maybe, because I kind of take it for granted. But
extra stuff like gym,
so this
recovery?
is exactly, and that's probably what you said about staying injury-free. I kind of I forget I even do it, but it's all the extras that, it's effectively every day I'll do some form of, whether it's core, plyometrics, S&C, it's all super simple stuff. So for example, I don't go to a gym. Actually it's funny, I get, as prizes here for races, they don't give prize money, but they give you these massive bags of rice. So I've got in my apartment, I think about 70 kg of rice in these massive sacks.
What?
Yeah, it's mad. Like you get, I came second last year in some marathon. Just next minute, 30 kg of rice just appeared at my door.
So brave.
They're like, oh, no. I love rice, but there's no way I can go through that much.
Yeah.
So I use it as weights. So I put it in a backpack and literally do single leg squats, super basic lunges, trying to just cover all the different elements, and then whole load of foam rolling, massage gun. I've got do you know the Normatec recovery boots? Yeah, I use religiously every night before bed.
Really?
Jump in them, yeah. I've done that for the last probably 3 years.
Whoa.
So it's I don't, whether it's placebo or not, I feel like it's just part of my kind of evening routine.
Interesting.
It's before bed, just I'm getting ready to chill.
Do you dabble in any ice baths or saunas or onsens or anything?
I don't do the ice. I did before, but I feel like now there's a bit of mixed.
We've been having this conversation lately. What's the best? We're unsure.
Because people seem to have gone away from it a little bit, the ice. But I do the sauna. Yeah. I actually bought the other day, a few months back, this sauna tent. So it's like...
Dude, I've seen them. They're like really small.
But this is a stand or a sitting one. So it's like in my apartment, it would be about 200 Aussie bucks.
Yeah.
And it's this kind of, you can sort of sit in it. It's a little like a sort of telephone box type thing. Yeah. And you can pump it up. It's like infrared. Gets up to about 65. And I was sitting there for like half an hour after my sessions and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it definitely helps.
I think there's got to be something about like the heat gains, because it's like free gains. It's
exactly.
Like you're not putting any more stress or any more training on your joints, but you are getting an extra bit of like cardiovascular work just from sitting in a hot sauna, man.
Yeah, and I hate it. Like I hate it. Yeah. But purely I see it as training, recovery. It's like I think you generate more red blood cells. Yeah. It's effectively like going at altitude or something.
Sure.
It's like, free gains. So
it's like a cheap man's altitude.
That's what it's exactly.
So you don't go to a gym. You just purely do all the stuff at home. And is it all like single leg stuff, or do you mix it up? I
try and do mostly single leg.
Yeah.
Just because when you're running, effectively you are all that load's going through one leg. So I feel like I'm not very scientific with it. I listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos, pick up little bits here and there, and then apply it and see if it works for me. And it seems to, I've been so injury resilient, I'd say, the last 2.5 years. I'd say that this like knee thing that I just had, where I had to take like a week, 10 days or something off, that's like the longest time I've had off in 2.5 years, which, is crazy.
It's crazy that you're putting out such incredible results. You'd think you'd have like a full team, like science bagged, and you've got every like little I dot and T cross, but you just like
it's proper old school.
This is old school. I tell you what, I kind of like it, dude.
I guess it takes I find it interesting, all the science and all of that, but in the same time, I love just I think that's what's so good about running. It's so just simple. It's like you can, like you said, you can get all the data and all of that, but at the end of the day, just running a lot of miles and recovering well, that's like 99% of what's important before having to worry about these little tiny 1%.
Tell me about running the miles. So you say you do about 10 hours of Nordic, like the boots, the gun, the strength, the conditioning, the sauna. What does the running look like at your peak weeks?
So it'd be about 40k a day, 35 to 40k a day. So it's fairly heavy, but broken up into 2 or 3 sessions a day.
Gotcha.
And it's kind of a very polarized training. So it's like when I run easy, I'm going so easy. So like if my marathon pace is just above 3 minute a K, on some of my easy days, I might run close to 5 minute a K. So it's like so controlled, like I can have a chat or whatever, comfy.
Yeah.
But then it's like when you go hard, you absolutely smack it.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, 70% of it is just easy jogging. And then maybe 3 hard sessions a week. And that's where I'm just, you're going to the well, caning yourself.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the Japanese approach, while also hitting this huge mileage. Yeah.
Those really hard weeks, are they like intervals? Like what are they, the speed sessions? They're your top like harder sessions? Yeah,
it's the kind of covering, for me, my weakness is that speed stuff. So it's maybe one sort of speed focused, maybe 10k race pace type effort.
Yeah.
Then I might do another half marathon type workout, and then a long run / marathon. So you're sort of ticking all the boxes in a way.
Gotcha. And then do you have any like rest days?
No.
I'd say rest days?
I feel worse after a rest day. Yeah.
Interesting.
Just because probably my body's so used to such high volume. Like I have one day off, a couple of days off, everything like stiffens up, feels worse.
Whoa. And so what about if you were leaning, like say you got London coming up?
Yeah.
What would that look like? Would you run every day in the lead up, or does your kilometres come down? What does that look like?
Yeah, so I'd pretty much drop so when I'd say I don't have a rest day, but I'll have a day, maybe a week, where I might do 25k and split it into like 2 runs or something.
Yeah.
But then I guess compared to your 45, your 50k days, it's like, I can actively recover.
Sure.
Sort of just flash the legs out. And so with London, before a peak marathon, maybe 2 weeks out, or like 10 days out, start dropping the Ks, bringing it down. It's like the body freshens up, so you're peaking,
And then for your long runs, would they typically, what would your biggest long run go before leading into a race day?
So I always usually do over distance. So I go like past the marathon.
Yeah.
Sort of the thinking is that like the marathon, you make the marathon feel easy. Effectively, you go past it, so then it's like you're not scared of the distance.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did, in the summer actually, I did like a 70k long run.
Yeah.
I do a lot of like 50Ks, 45. So with London, I'm going to try and, now I've recently had a few little niggles and stuff. I haven't quite been hitting the same monster long runs, but I want to get back on that. I think that makes a big difference.
Would you ever lean into the ultra marathon space?
Yeah, I want to. Actually, that's post-London.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm most suited for.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, I know I do a whole lot better at ultras than I would for marathon.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, but it's almost like unfinished business in the marathon. That's kind of the gold label event. It's like the one everyone sort of most competitive, the most challenging in a way, but it's what makes it so hard in the marathon. And like, I like the challenge, but then future, ultras, I'm going to be getting on it.
So what are you trying to achieve? When is it going to be, I guess, enough in the marathon space?
I just want to find where my physical limit is. So it's like, if I give it absolutely everything, train as hard as I can, eventually I'll reach a point where it's like, I can't go any further. Like I've reached my physical talent limit. Because at the end of the day, everyone's got that talent limit. You can't, to a certain extent, outwork your genetics. Like there'll be a point where it's just, I'm not built like Kipchoge, like these Kenyan guys. That there'll be a point, but I want to know where that is, and that's what. Yeah, you don't know until you give it a go.
But I was going to say, how do you know where that is? Because that could be like a couple years away. Is it when you start dropping back? Is it like, I could actually do more kilometers? Like, how do you know where that line is?
I'd say, so for me, the big goal, like the dream, which is so hard, but the dream would be to make the Olympics.
Yeah.
And it's like, the first step is to go under 210 for the marathon. It's like such a hard barrier. I see... Yeah, that's what I'm sort of working towards.
What's your PB now?
So I've ran 2:14.
Gotcha.
And then the idea is at London, try and shoot for that sub 210.
Really? You're going for it?
Yeah.
Exciting, dude.
I mean, who knows? It's like, that's the fun of it. I don't, if it was easy, it wouldn't be exciting. So that's what I've been, fully focusing on.
It's cool to see like that we can like get rid of all these like ceilings of what we think is possible. Like, in what world did you ever think that you could be a sub 210 runner? Like when you were growing up, or like was that ever a thought?
I remember before the chest surgery, like back when I was maybe 12, the dream was always to make the Olympics. Yeah. So at that point I was like, I had full belief. But then after going through all of that and like, I was so unfit after 4 years off. So, and then like, I'm not taking it too serious at uni, and that was completely out of the picture, like never crossed my mind. And I think when I moved here to Japan, I was like, maybe my physical talent limit is 220.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I could break 220, that would be unreal.
Yeah.
But then a couple months into living here, I'm suddenly like, wait, I could shoot for 215. It suddenly, it changes.
It is, mate. It's so cool to like put yourself in those types of like arenas, because then you also think like, imagine when you finish your running journey, you're like, okay, well, what's my next sort of passion, or what's the next sort of area that you want to get to? It's like, I've kind of done this before. It's just like copy and paste from before. It's really, really cool, dude.
Yeah. No, and I guess it's cool that you've switched up completely from a bit like me, like completely different background.
Yeah.
To then go into running, like couldn't be more different than sports, I guess.
But it's what I love about running is that while everyone's like got their times and everything, it is so individualized. Like for me, like I said, I'm not built as a runner, but I love the idea of like working at something and getting better at something and then pulling my time down. So like I did I did like a half Ironman at the end of last year, and I thought, like a sub 6 hour for my first ever one, that'd be awesome. And then we ended up doing a sub 5. And I was like, what? I was like,
just
what
a casual hour.
But I was going in so like naive. Like, I had no idea. I have no idea about pacing. To be honest, I'm still learning about running. It is really cool. And then yesterday I went into Tokyo Marathon with like same thing. I was like, we've got a big year ahead, so I'm just going to go in with just like an open race, no goal, just try and like run by feel. I didn't even have a watch on, because I was like, I'm just going to run to feel. And everyone was going like so fast at the start, but I felt really comfortable. And I was like, maybe, because I did Sydney last year and I got 4 hours pretty much, or 4:01 on the dot. And I was like, oh, I wonder what, like, I'm so curious on what I could do. And I was hanging with the 3:30 crew for like 25K. And I was like, far out, imagine knocking off like half hour off my marathon. But then I ended up just like hitting a wall and crammed, and it'll be like 3:50 or something. So I was, but still like 10 minutes under, or 8 minutes under my PB. And so I was like, oh, okay, now we've got a whole year. I wonder how much I can get that down over the course of the year. And that's obviously, you know, when you first start something, you see a lot more dramatic effects than someone like you who'd be like 1 or 2 minutes is like crazy, right?
Yeah, and that's the best thing about running. It's so easy to see the progression. Like, whereas other sports, it's slightly harder to see like how you're actually getting better. Whereas I know what you mean with running. It's like so, and that's such a good part of it. It's like clearly you run the time. How much quicker are you? And you'll be able to, I guess, every one of these world majors throughout the year, kind of see the progression through 100%.
That. But then even like when you like really start to break it down, where you're like, okay, well, I want to get faster, or I want to get better at my time. What are the things I need to do? And like talking to guys like yourself, who's like, nah, dude, like sleep and fueling are two of the most important things, but not just in your block, like months, years leading up to it. Like that stuff plays such a huge part of it. Like your recovery, your normatech, your gym, like, and then you start like ticking off all the little boxes, and then you come race day and like, I'm ready to go. Like I've done all the past work, so now I can give it a crack. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, so many gains as well to be made in running. It's like, you tick those boxes because it's just consistency. Effectively, like the sleep, the fueling, all of that is just to allow you to train consistently.
Yeah.
Because it's when people have like the injuries, the illness, those little setbacks, that's when it kind of throws you off. Whereas if you can just knock out months and months of solid training, you'll get there.
I had a coach, his name's Craig Alexander. He's like a Australian Ironman. Like he won Hawaii back in the day. Like he's a gun. And he said to me, he's like, Keegs, like your biggest goal is to just stay consistent. He's like, if you can avoid injuries and you avoid sickness, he's like, you will surprisingly like exceed all expectations you had because you're just being consistent. And so when I talk to anyone that's going into it, I was just like, it's just consistency. It's just good. But not just for like one block, but for like as long as you can, like years and years, right?
100%. It's why like when I was at uni, it was just the complete opposite of that. It was like, I'd like train super hard for running for like a few weeks or something. But then obviously like I'm expecting, why aren't I getting a result straight away? But then I'd be like, I'm going to go all in on the MMA, like, okay, train for a fight or whatever. And I'm like, then there's this race. And it's like I'm sort of bouncing in between both while just hammering the nights out at the same time. It's like not sleeping, not fueling properly. And then, of course, like you can't perform really at any of them. It's like,
for sure.
I sort of, since going all in on it, that's been the game changer.
Man, tell me about the ultra space. What distance are you curious about?
So I think to start with, so actually after London Marathon, I've got a little ultra sort of season.
Little side quest.
Yeah, little side quest.
I like that too.
It's like my little summer. A lot of runners, all the best sort of runners, they'll have a track season. It's like they work on their speed. Like, it just doesn't appeal. I'm going the other way. I'm going to go ultra.
Dude, I like that.
Bit of fun. And you've got that time, I guess marathons, there's almost that gap, like you were saying, between April and maybe September. There's kind of nothing going on. And so I want to do, firstly, some like road ultra marathons. Because it's the closest thing to the marathons in a way. It's like I'm training for a marathon. Because I don't want to change my training too much, because the main goal, I can't lose sight of the marathon itself. Whereas if I can do this ultra training, it's going to help my marathon anyway.
But
get
dude,
strong.
Your kilometres are probably like an ultra runner anyway.
You
know what I mean?
I think all I need to do is, add a few extra long runs. I've got the base, like, hopefully, from the mileage.
100%. So what is that? So what's the race? What's it going to look like?
So, unfortunately, I've not announced yet.
Sorry, we'll keep it under wraps.
I've got to save it for the YouTube. It would be poor promotion to leak it.
That's so fun, dude.
There's a couple that I'm sort of lining up, in and around like that 100k and under, 50 to 100k. I want. That's the sort of target at the moment.
Bro, well, I'm excited to watch that next chapter, bro. I'm really excited.
I'm buzzing. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Mate, before we wrap things up, talk to me about your race yesterday. How are you feeling? How are the legs?
Yeah, we were saying before, the legs feel great. It's my neck that's. I don't know what I've done. Like the last injury you'd ever think you'd get from running, but I woke up this morning. I was like, am I paralysed? Like, genuinely, I'm like,
really?
swearing that it was so bad. I'm lying in bed, like it's kind of loosened up a bit now, but going into Tokyo, I had just 2 weeks out, like perfect training block, and then just tweaked my knee doing the final hard session of the block. It's like classic timing, and then kind of had 2 weeks of not a lot, like a few little jogs here and there, but a lot of rest days, a lot of just sitting around. And the start of race week, I was 99% sure I wasn't racing. Like, I completely written off entirely because I couldn't even walk pain-free. So I was strolling around. It's like my patella is just killing me, and it kept flaring up every time I tried to jog even.
Yeah.
And I started just like super easy jogging for a couple of days. I was thinking, right, I'm just going to aim towards London Marathon. That's like the big one, like scrap Tokyo.
Yeah.
But then come, I think, Thursday or Friday, I said, actually, my knee's not hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I've only done, 10K jogging.
Yeah.
But I thought, like, I'll just give it a go, see what happens, because I've got nothing to lose. Like, I know people will be like, what's the point in running it?
Yeah.
To me, it's like, I'll get great training out of it.
Yeah.
It's good fun. It's a great experience. Like, why not run it
It's
and
a
just see
vibe
what
as
happens?
well.
Yeah.
So what was the goal going into it?
So
what was the idea? Like?
The basic thinking was try and run at PB pace for as long as possible.
Okay.
So it's the weird. So I know a lot of people go in with a time goal. I wasn't expecting to be at a finish even. I was just thinking, I was like, realistically, I might make it 10K, 20K. Because in my head, it's like I could have taken a sensible run. I could have maybe gone at 220 pace and taken like a steady kind of safe option. But it doesn't do anything for me. It's like if I ran 214 and I'm aiming to try and get to Olympics, break 210, me running 215 or 250, it doesn't help shift me up the British ranks. It doesn't do anything time-wise. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go at PB pace and just maybe there's that 1% chance. It's like somehow my body comes together. It's like I can pull it off. But I committed to it. Yeah, it was quick.
How did you feel?
It was even faster than I expected. I was like, whew. And you know how quick everyone goes off. Probably a bit like you. I was like, I'm flying through 10K. I ran like my third quickest ever half marathon. So a half marathon split. I'm like, this is just outrageous. And then at about 25K, my body's just exhausted. Kind of 2 weeks of deconditioning. It's like my hips, my quads, everything's just battered. And I was like, okay, I've got to take the sensible option here. Usually I'm like, just push through it, but I'm going to gain nothing from this. I don't want to put myself in a bin for London Marathon, which is the big goal. It's like, I'm like, okay, 30K, let's park it there, call it a day, bank it as a quality long run effort, basically, and use this to like kickstart the block. So today I've pulled up okay, the knees are somehow holding on.
Nice.
I'm like, okay, let's go, London Marathon. All guns blazing.
It's a very mature decision to pull out at 30K, dude.
the smart move. Very not like me.
I was going to say, I was like, maybe us back in the day, we would have just pushed through it.
Oh,
but maybe we're learning with age.
Yeah. People couldn't believe it in my comments. They're like, you've changed.
He's changed. But what I really like about you is like you're documenting the story as well. Is it hard to balance like being an incredible runner and the amount of volume that you're doing, but then also capturing it on socials, on your YouTube? Like you said, a YouTube video could take up to 20 hours a week. How do you balance the two?
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I guess people kind of see the finished product, like your one video a week, but there's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah.
So then, actually recently I've got a couple guys that help me out with editing and stuff. So I'm just like trying to outsource a bit of the work because, I mean, all the filming still, I'm doing it myself. Like pulling bits from, luckily like yesterday, a ton of my like subscribers sent in videos. So it's lucky there.
So good, dude. Yeah.
Very, very good. So I get a whole bunch of footage. But for me, it's always, if anything basically negatively impacts my running, I won't do it. It's just like YouTube always comes second. And it's like everything's running first. And then it's what can I do around it to effectively, I'll do the training I'm going to do. And then just showcase it. Because I was doing the exact same training, the exact same mileage a year before even starting my YouTube.
Gotcha.
All I've done now is basically just take a camera along with me and vlog as I'm going.
And it's easy enough to do while you're still training?
What I do is I tend to do a lot. I don't actually film that much while I'm running. Yeah. I like vlog before the workout, after it, as I'm strolling around the streets, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then it's like when I'm training hard, that's what I'm focusing on. I'm not pulling out the cam. And it's more, I'll do little voiceovers and luckily people send me footage from races and that kind of thing. Yeah, because it's hard to kind of balance both in a way.
Did you ever think that you would have the presence that you have now when you came over to Japan?
No, it's mad. Is it like? Yeah, I think I started a YouTube like a year and a bit ago.
Wow.
And it's mad how
it started a year ago.
Yeah.
Dude, you've got over 120,000
no,
subscribers.
It's crazy.
Dude.
Yeah. I guess I got lucky with somehow the algorithm, even from the first video, it sort of popped off a bit.
Yeah.
And then, luckily it just kept growing. I've just sort of, I show what I'm doing. Like, it's very basic, but yeah.
What do you think hits in your videos? Like, why do you think some go really well and some don't? Is there like some sort of thing that you find works?
I think just the biggest thing for YouTube is storytelling.
Yeah.
So it's like creating, you've got the overall narrative in a way. It's like my journey trying to go from like an amateur runner to pro to then sub 210 to Olympics, hopefully. People are following that throughout the videos, but then within each video, trying to have a story within it. So it's like your little teaser at the start, hook people in, reel them in, kind of build up. You got the sort of tension throughout the video, a lot of different sort of scene changes and that thing, and then like the payoff at the end. To kind of create this little mini storyline within each, because people want to effectively, you want to follow a story. That's what makes sport engaging.
And so will you plan each video like for a week? Like, do you sort of like storyboard, like, okay, this week I want to talk about going to Tokyo Marathon, or like, do you have points that you want to touch on before filming?
So what I did before I started the YouTube channel, I probably spent 3 months planning. So I wrote like a 50-page document. I've still got it, and I've added to it over time, but 50 pages of how I'm going to launch this YouTube. And at the time, everything was like, I bullet pointed, okay, I'm going to film this scene here, this scene, blah, blah, blah. So detailed. After the first video, I'm like, I'm never going to be able to do this every week. Like, this is impossible. Like, you can do it for one video, but then over time, it's got less and less. And now it'll be, I'll write the title of the video, the theme, like a paragraph, and that's it. And then it's like, effectively, I've got my framework, so maybe Tokyo Marathon. And then it's just, I go about my life and just bring the camera along, freestyle as I go. And then somehow I've got this random mess of footage, and it's the challenge is in the edit. All right, how am I piecing this together to make a story?
Gotcha. Yeah, it's cool, man. And I think there's probably like a level of authenticity and vulnerability in there as well. Like, you know, you did your Tokyo like a post-race recap last night. You just went live. And it was saying it was so much easier just to talk to the camera, just because nothing's like filtered. It's just like how it is. It's so genuine. I feel like that must resonate with certain people. Yeah,
I hope so. I think that's almost the easiest thing, is to just be yourself. Like, you put it out there, whatever, instead of like cherry picking. Okay, it's like you have a bad race, like go quiet. It's like I'd rather just say however it is. It's like take it how it is.
What advice would you give to someone that kind of wants to build their social presence, whether they're a runner or they've got their own little niche? Like, any advice? Yeah,
I think almost just, you got to be yourself, obviously, especially I think with YouTube, because maybe with short form, it's easier to cover things up in like the little fast-paced action type reels. But I think for YouTube, the best thing is to just be what you are and kind of like build your story around that. Whatever your individual story is, pretty much put it out there and try and package it up in a engaging way. But keep the framework is, it's like, I'm just doing what I do if there was no YouTube there.
Sure.
And then you're just bringing in the social media around it.
I really like that, dude. Mate, before we finish things up, what do you think is the biggest thing that we didn't touch on today that you think would be worth talking about in your story, training, running? What do you think is the biggest thing?
Yeah, we've covered some good options.
We've done stuff. We've got some good stuff.
Some full, all the angles. I'd say for running specifically, that I think most people, I say a lot of people are like, oh, you've got no limits. in my head, everyone's got a limit, but 99.9% of people never get anywhere close to reaching it. So it's like, you can actually go way further, I think, than a lot of people realise. The same with me, like, I thought I'd never break 220 when I moved to Japan. And then it's now I'm just constantly shifting. It's like, there will be a point where, yeah, I'll reach a limit, but the only way to get there is to just train like absolute like maniac, just give it absolutely everything. And then you can go so much further, I think, than people realise. And
you probably apply that to any like theme, job, concept, like passion, right?
Yeah.
And just outwork your competition.
Yeah, I guess just go all in.
Yeah.
And if you really enjoy it, I guess pick something that you love doing.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to be able to give it everything.
Yeah, I like that. Well, dude, that's the thing with the podcast, right? Like I loved my time in professional sport. I thought that was great. But now, I didn't think this would be a passion, but now it 100% is. And so you look at guys like Joe Rogan or like even like Chris Williamson, he was doing like 3-4 podcasts every week for the first like 3 to 5 years. And so he's like, that's when I started to like make a difference. And I was like, oh, well, of course that makes so much sense. Like Joe Rogan's done like over 2,500 podcasts. Yeah. And I was like, we've done what, 160? Like we haven't even scraped the surface.
Just getting started.
So we're just getting started. So I think it's cool. Like the volume game is interesting because you learn so much along the way. Because I always think about it, like, do you make it perfect or do you just start? And I think a big part of it is starting. Like even your like YouTube, like you started and now look at the incredible growth that comes off the back.
Yeah, I think with anything, well, it's like the classic saying, what is it, 10,000 hours to like get, like master something or get good at it.
Yeah.
Which probably, the exact same. I'm sure it applies with running, like any sport, podcasting as well.
Yeah.
Like you can't be good at the start. Like, you just got to accept that you're going to be a bit useless and then it will progressively get better and better.
100%. Jake, dude, thanks so much for the chat today, man. It's been awesome getting to know you, and dude, good luck for London. I'm excited to watch your journey, brother.
No, I appreciate coming on. Yeah, it's great. Like this little booth in the middle of Tokyo is quality here.
It's so random, but it's the guys at Tokyo Cafe Bar. They really looked after us here, and it's a beautiful little space, little cafe, little recording booth. It's perfect, bro.
Perfect. Yeah, and I enjoy the rest of your trip here, and good luck with the rest of the majors.
Thanks,
It's quality mission you're on.
Cheers, man.